I understand that when it comes to a push in WWE, you can't push everybody. I mean, how would that even work? What would happen when a show started? Who's going to come out? Nobody, because everybody would be in the main event, so it just doesn't work. But that doesn't mean that we should waste talent, or at least not try and keep them somewhat strong. So if the occasion ever arises where we should pull the trigger, said person is in a good place. Right now, right here, I don't think WWE is looking at Sami Zayn in that fashion. This is mad too, because he's probably the purest babyface on the entire roster. He deserves more. Why? Here's why. If you've followed Zayn for any part of his career, you know that one of his major selling points, aside from being really good within the ring, is that he's just a damn good dude. And that's not really because he does anything either. He's just got that magical thing inside of him where other people like myself look at him and go, I think he's a really nice guy. It's just that aura he has, which is also a bit like Daniel Bryan. And we saw how that worked out. I know everybody backstage at WWE tried to stop that, but that innate charisma and that innate personality of just being a nice man overcame and overwon everyone. Overwon. That's not a word, you know what I mean. We all talk about the it factor or having something special, but thinking that only ties into one specific thing is ridiculous. That's why it's the it factor, and that's why it's unique, because it can come across in many forms. So where Sami Zayn is concerned, that's making itself apparent because we all have this innate desire, just this natural reaction to go, I think I want to root for that guy, even though I don't know why. And yet when we tune into SmackDown each and every week, the man is basically treated like a glorified jobber. I mean, it's good that he does get featured to some extent, because that would be worse still if he's not even appearing on TV, and how are we meant to do anything with him? But when he is there, he's usually getting punished or something. To say that it doesn't seem like WWE has any big plans for him, well, that's the understatement of the year. If I was going to do a top 10 list of understatements, that would be number one. I mean, he even lost to Aiden English this week, and don't get me wrong, I like Aiden English. I think he's doing really well. But Aiden English was also deemed so surplus to requirements that when Bobby Roode debuted, somebody went, well, just let him beat Aiden English in about 10 seconds, because really, we don't care about Aiden English. So if we took all that information and then drew a big graph about where everybody stacks up in terms of the roster, where would that leave Sami Zayn? I mean, when was the last time he even won a match clean? It's clear this is the case as well, because so many little things have happened since he joined the main roster that simply wouldn't be happening to anybody else. For example, he once got compared to Eva Marie. And I know there was a storyline reason for that, but check it. Ain't nobody comparing Roman Reigns to Eva Marie. Sometimes you just got to call a spade, and I'm looking over there saying that's a damn spade. This, to me though, is a mistake, because I think at some point in the future, Sami Zayn not only has a major babyface running him, he's got a title run in him as well. I wasn't even a massive follower when he was tearing up the indie scene, but ever since he's come to the WWE, I can already see what everybody else saw. Again, it's not hard. You just look at the guy, you see how he works, you see how he talks, and you think, hey, there's something here. And it's not just that he's good in the ring or good on the promos or has that natural likability. He's different. And I thought that's what we were looking for. I thought those four things were what WWE are constantly seeking out. All right, he's not built like a tank, but I thought we were past that. I thought we didn't have to worry about it anymore, so it doesn't matter if he goes to the gym or not. Now, naturally, I still love guys that do that, but I also love Zayn too. As a WWE fan, I'm capable of loving both. There's no right or wrong. It seems silly to not at least give him a chance, and while I don't think he's going to become the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, how do we know 100% right now? I know that ties into a much bigger issue, but if there is a question mark hanging over Sami Zayn's head at the moment, and I think there is, shouldn't we answer that question? Shouldn't we at least pose the question and see what happens? So take Elias or the Drifter. Now I like that guy. I think he's really good and I think he could be around for years. But I also think he's kind of found his spot. I think the spot he's in now works for him and he'll kind of teeter around there till the end of time. But with Zayn, well, I just don't know. Maybe he is in the right place, but maybe he's not. And until I can resolve that within myself, there's every chance he's the next big thing. Not Brett Lesnar. So we should put him in a main event feud, allow him to do well, and then see how people react. See how he reacts. See how everybody reacts. And it could darn its ass, but that's great. We can draw a line through it, and at least then we know. But until we give it a go, we have no idea. And it's not all doom and gloom, because like I say, at least he is featured on SmackDown. It's not like Apollo Crews on Raw, Sometimes Apollo Crews may as well be dead because they don't even talk about him on commentary. As far as I know, Sami is more often than not on TV, and there's a lot to be said for that. If you're on TV, people are seeing you, and you're going to have something about you. Doesn't mean we should ruin him completely in the meantime, though, and it's never the end of the world, because even a buried wrestler can become a superstar if he's given the right booking. It only takes a few weeks, sometimes months. But I would definitely keep Zayn more balanced than we're doing at the moment, just in case that moment arrives. If you keep treating him like an idiot, you're only making life harder for yourself. We want easy life. We want peace. We want a lovely, just like, man, life. Life's so good. Life's so easy. Although WWE did just throw the title on Jinder Mahal after he had once been thrown through a table by El Torito. So maybe I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Maybe it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. I like Sami Zayn though, and at times, I don't even know why, but therein lies the point. He just is, and I just am, whatever that means. But let's at least give him a shot. Let's give him the ball and tell him to run with it. If he trips up, all right, he trips up. But maybe he does I don't really know what he's supposed to do with the ball in that situation. They say give him the ball and run with it. Where does he run to? But maybe he gets to that destination. Maybe he changes everything. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this. Like, share, and subscribe. Head on over to whatculture.com and read yourself some articles. And follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. This was the Why series. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.